The Governor's Office of Planning and Budget is seeking feedback on a review of state agencies that could result in the merger of Utah's Department of Environmental Quality, DEQ, and the Department of Natural Resources, DNR, into one entity. Let's dive into what this means and what you can do to act now with our policy associate, Grace Oskamp.
The Department of Environmental Quality, also known as DEQ, there's a lot of acronyms involved in this, is a state regulatory agency that focuses primarily on protecting public health and the environment from environmental threats. They originally actually came out of the Department of Health back in the 90s, I believe it was. Essentially, they recognized that while they were working on environmental threats under the Department of Health, their mission was so unique that they needed to be their own department entirely. So they broke apart and they now focus on, they've got a bunch of divisions within them. So it ranges from water quality to air quality to dealing with things like our wildfires and so much more, and including radioactive waste, which is pretty niche. And something that's really unique about how DEQ operates. So they are a regulatory agency at the state, but they have a lot of federal oversight. So the Environmental Protection Agency, both our regional branch of it and the federal branch of it, DEQ has to pretty heavily answer to them and be within those federal regulations set by the EPA. Yet at the same time, DEQ also works a lot at the local level. So they work with local health departments pretty closely to make sure that these environmental threats are indeed not having really detrimental impacts on public health at all levels. And another really important thing that DEQ does is they hold industry accountable as well as private businesses accountable. So that ranges from things such as being out of attainment with air quality. DEQ is the one that, via EPA's rulings, has to step in and make the rules to make sure businesses, industry, and even private citizens help to get back in compliance with federal air quality standards. The Department of Natural Resources, also known as DNR, is another regulatory department within the state of Utah. They primarily work just within the state level. So while there's some federal oversight, it's not quite as extensive as DEQ is. And similarly, though, they have a lot of divisions and other departments within them. So DNR, their main mission and purpose is to both protect and regulate in the sense of giving permits, ensuring accountability for all of Utah's natural resources. So their departments that are underneath the DNR range from forestry and state lands. They also work on our geological survey. They deal with water rights issues, state parks, a lot of wildlife resource issues. And most importantly for Heal Utah's work is that the Division of Oil, Gas, and Mining, sometimes you'll hear that referred to as DOGM, is also under DNR. And that, again, is one of Heal Utah's big focuses within DNR, is how DOGM, Oil, Gas, and Mining, is operating with or without proper regulations. So this last legislative session, there was a bill, House Bill 346, also known as HB 346, that was proposed that would merge, among a couple other departments, it would merge DEQ and DNR into one full single department. This was pushed apparently by Governor Cox's office, as well as the bill sponsors. According to supporters of this bill, it was to quote unquote approve efficiencies between these two departments. There was some false narratives going around about said inefficiencies and efficiencies between the two. And through a lot of citizen lobbying, thanks to folks like you and Heal Utah's work, as well as other advocates, we were able to kind of pump the brakes on immediately merging these departments. And instead, HB 346 turned into a study of what actually is going on between DEQ and DNR and whether or not these departments should be merged into as one. And the bill also did a couple other things such as, and this is something he'll really push for, making this study a public process so that we all know what's going on within these two giant and really important departments. Why do we even care about having these two departments merged into one? There's a lot of reasons. So first and foremost, the missions of these two departments, DEQ and DNR, are not the same. A lot of folks can just kind of assume and think that because they deal with the environment overarchingly, that they must be doing the same work, but that's actually incorrect. Like we mentioned, DEQ really focuses on interpreting and enforcing some state and federal environmental protection rules and objectives, especially to focus on the environmental threats to public health and what their impact might be. Whereas DNR is just managing natural resources, such as their development, again, permitting processes, and those who are working actually on that development. So first and foremost, the missions are not the same, and forcing them together doesn't really make a lot of sense. And another really big issue that we have is this feels like, and we believe it is, just an overarching sweeping rule without a lot of basis. If there are indeed inefficiencies between the departments, we believe that each department must focus on this individually before you just merge them all together. Another huge concern that we have is conflict of interest between some of these divisions. So DNR, again, they're managing natural resources, and DOGM, Division of Oil, Gas, and Mining, is housed within that. DEQ has the Division of Air Quality within it, also known as DAQ. Again, a lot of acronyms. And these divisions, DOGM and DAQ, naturally are kind of at a head with each other. Division of Oil and Gas and Mining obviously wants to see more development within this fossil fuel industry, while DAQ is trying to regulate it and ensure that their emissions are going down or at least not exceeding standards. So this creates a natural tension, and we have a lot of concerns if these divisions were housed under the same umbrella. What could happen to regulators like DAQ when they're under that really heavy and influential pressure of DOGM, but specifically the private companies and industries that work really closely with DOGM? This is where we really need your help and your voice to ensure that the study does not recommend merging these two departments. And it's really easy for you to get involved with this. So you can head to our website, which is healutah.org/action alert. And we have an entire action alert there that provides you with all of this information we just went through, plus some more, and multiple opportunities to have your voice heard. So you can first fill out our action alert with a single click, although we would love if you personalized the message that's being sent in to the Governor's Office of Planning and Budget. You can also fill out the official survey that the Governor's Office has put out. It's on our website as well. Just follow that same link. The survey has a couple more steps in it, but you don't have to answer every question. You don't have to have it be formal at all. Just give your honest thoughts and just answer what you can. And then between now and August 14th, which is the deadline for all of this, the Governor's Office is also having a couple public meetings that you can actually just join via Zoom. That's on the website as well. It's really easy to sign up. They're just going to show a short video and then just ask for your feedback. So if it's easier for you to express via public comment like this, and instead of writing it, please sign up for those meetings. There hasn't been a ton of participation yet. We really want to show that the citizens are concerned with this merger. So again, it's between now and August 14th. Please share with your networks, ask other folks to get involved. The more voices we can have heard on this topic to show citizens are paying attention, citizens are concerned with this, and citizens want these departments to be able to operate independently to serve their full mission, the better. So again, that's healutah.org/action alert, and fill it out today to have your voice heard, please.